And we're live on an every other Wednesday afternoon. I hope everybody's doing all right. I'm a little bit worried. I set up the live, then had to bail. My audio wasn't coming up. Looks like we have audio, looks like we have video. I'm not sure how the whole thing works. So I hope everybody finds us. I hope so. But Jerry, first one in my shop today. How's everybody doing? Come on in. Like I say, I hope that didn't trip everybody up. I'm going to keep my fingers crossed that we find the right live at 3 o'clock today. Again, I apologize about that. Don't know what happened. So, but Jerry, glad you're with us nonetheless. Hope Donna's doing well. And it's a Wednesday afternoon. It's a giveaway day. Yeah, done my best. We've got all kinds of things we can give away, but I need to keep it kind of in a certain price range, right? Because the boss has put a cap on this. So yeah, there we go. Now we got some folks coming in. Y'all, again, I apologize. Had audio issues, so I had to back out and start over. Don't know what that's going to do to us, but I'm glad you found us nonetheless. I see some of the comments starting to come in. I was a little bit worried. Not sure what happens when I bail, come back in, and set up a new live. So, y'all, sorry about that. Hope you're finding us. Absolutely. But it's a good day to work on leather. Let's talk about some leather. Let's joke. Let's laugh. Let's cut up. It's a great day. Y'all, hello. Right back to everybody. This is going to go fast. The lives always seem to go fast. So let's just cherish. Let's be amongst people that speak our language. That's kind of a rare thing for us leather crafters. A lot of us are kind of lone wolves, right? In fact, I am. This is a perfect example. My wife went to New Jersey to see her dad last Wednesday, a week ago today. Prayers answered on Joe. Joe, so good to hear. Baby, how you doing? And Jay as well. I hope y'all are doing good in New Jersey. Well, here's where I'm going with this. I think I've put in 80 hours in my shop since last Wednesday. I go upstairs to eat and sleep, and that's rough. Well, who can be that nuts? Well, we can, because we love what we're doing. The best part is that I did, like, if I'm eating lunch or eating dinner, I'm thinking I want to get back to the shop because I got this project. I can't wait to see how this comes out, or I want to jump into this project or try this or finish this. I think that's why us leather crafters are happy people, because we always have something in our shop to look forward to. And our shop, this is our kingdom, right? It's my way or the highway in my shop. I set the rules in here. So it's like our own little kingdom. It's a good place to be. But also, too, who feels this way about your shop? I kind of, when I'm talking to somebody, it's like, well, my shop it's a place of happy and joy and light and sound and fun things to do. It's a good place to be, right? The only problem is I should go outside once in a while. I should talk to other human beings. Why? I've got leather projects to work on. I don't go away, leave me alone, let me work on my projects. But anyway, okay, so it looks like everybody's finding us. Um, Sorry, y'all. Again, let me just say that again for everybody. I had to back out, came in, had to back out because I didn't have my audio. Audio wasn't coming through. And yeah, this would be pretty tedious without that, right? So I don't really know how the whole algorithm works. If you have to back out, come up again. So I hope you found us, y'all. Sorry about that. Oh, look at the comments just rolling in. I was a little worried. I was a little worried. So anyway, it's giveaway day. Um, at 3:15, we'll pick a we'll talk about it. We'll set it up, give you the code word to enter the contest. But I've done my best. We got so many great things we can give away. But again, the boss puts a little bit of a cap on it because I'd give the whole thing away, right? Well, today it's not the biggest of it's something we can all use. And I tout these in every video because I think it's one of the best tools for the money that we have in our shop. But again, whether we're brand new or we've been at it a long time, one of these always welcome in our shop. A new one, always welcome. So, oh, I can just see the name. Y'all, thanks for being here. Shane is with us. Patricia, Rick, Carrie, gonna bring us a smile. Carrie, how many days is it? No coffee, no caffeine. I know I keep saying with no caffeine, right? Hey, new word. Shakespeare did it. Yeah, Bill did it. Why can't we? Right? So anyway, oh, Uncle, Mommy, Bobby, Susie. I always struggle a little bit with that one, but it certainly stands out. Um, oh, you got look at all the great comments, y'all. I try to get like a lot of stuff to talk about in case nobody shows up. Right? But that doesn't seem to be an issue. And I think I complained last time that my script was like 9 or 11 pages long. It's gotten even worse. It's gotten even worse. We don't have a lot to look at. We got a lot to talk about. All kinds of things we can go into. And again, I want to kind of get back to um last time we just got down to the last 2 minutes and we were talking about teaching some classes. There's very little in our world that is more rewarding. And you can teach classes if you just got into it or if you've been at it for years. We'll see if we can talk a little bit more about that because again, what a rewarding thing. But perpetuate our craft, get our craft, bring some joy to people, right? All that love and joy we have for our craft, we can spread that around. Absolutely. So we're gonna talk some leather though. We'll talk about some leather. We want to find out what everybody's got on your workbench because this is a funny thought. 99% of the projects I do videos on, I've made before. Now, some of them I haven't made one in 10 years, but I have officially made one before. So when I jump into a video, I got to make one, come up to speed, make sure I got all my measurements right. Well, here's the funny side of that. And I think this is part of why we're happy people. So anyway, all right, let's say gun scabbard, right? I made one years ago, loved it, kind of just fell off the radar. So we did another one here, just did some cool little basket weave on both ends of it. Looked good, came out great, right? Okay, well, now here's the problem. I can't stop designing rifle scabbards. I can't do it. There's like 10 I want to make now. I want to drop in some tooling. I want to do like a wrap around on either end, like throat and tip, do maybe some snake, a reptile. Oh, drop in some spots along the edge. I want to do an inlay in the. Okay, so I don't have enough leather to make like 12 rifle scabbards, and I don't know what I would do with them anyway. But I hope that's how everybody feels because when something pops up on our radar, we make one. Wow, look at all the sporin is one of those. We did the video on the little sporin. I want to see that in so many different colors of suede as a backing. I'd love to see again the reptile behind that. Maybe something like a walnut that would match some of the colors in the reptile. Go with a different. Oh, spots. I want to add some spots to it. Right. So anyway, we've got a list here. We're going to come back to that. But it's funny. I've always thought about making a list of decorations, right? So we come up with a project, all right? Let's say rifle scabbard. Okay. Now let's go down our list of possible decorations and see what we can come up with. It kind of puts into print what doesn't really get organized up here, right? Put it down on the list. We'll come back to that because that's pretty fun. We'll talk about that. But also, let's see, giveaway. I've got my alarm set over here. Don't want to miss that. So, giveaway day. It's not a big one, but it's a useful. All right, we've already talked about that. Spring is in the air, and I should go outside. I really should. There's projects to work on. But here's something funny, too, because this just happened. I actually did go outside. In the winter, it's cold, we're blah, blah, I hate winter, blah. Okay, the things we don't think about with summer, spider webs. Yeah, I just ran through a big one, and you can feel them wrap around your head, and your first thought is there a spider? Right, right. And how about mosquitoes, flies, humidity, right? What else? Um, oh, the pollen. Ah, geez, we've got so many pine trees here. Everybody's vehicle is yellow for about 3 weeks. It passes, but in the winter, we always forget about these things. With summer, I can't wait to get to summer. So I kind of just write off the downside, but I don't care. I'll take summer with all those downsides. I'll take that over winter any day. But I do love a pretty winter day. I really do. Get tucked into the shop, get some heat going, some good music, hot cup of coffee, cold beer. Hey, no. Oh, and especially if we get our spouse or our kids or friends, neighbors, get somebody in our shop with us. Those are good times. Good times. Absolutely. So let's see. Okay. Working through this. I'm not looking over here because I want to say hello to everybody. Let's see, Joe South. Hello, right back to Wisconsin. Beautiful, friendly state, absolutely. Let's see, is that James Grindle? Nice, Denise Casanetto. Y'all, hello, right back. I'm glad you're here. Thank you for being with us today. We'll talk about some fun stuff. Got a couple of craft fails that were a little painful. Oh, and one is just, I always say, oh, let's tighten our groover, that little chuck on there. We need to tighten that down. Guess who didn't do that? Oh, and an awl has not been my friend this week. Oh, and the heavy duty awl. Let's talk about those because, yeah, they can do some damage. We'll come back to that as well. Got some good notes from the boss coming through. Got some sales going on. I'm going to be in Ohio in April for a whole week. They want me to come up on Sunday and then probably leave the following Sunday. Probably not. Might bail out of there Saturday afternoon and just see if I can make it home. It's about a 9-hour drive. But going home, I mean, I love going up there and seeing everybody and the food. But even on the best vacation, it's always good to go home, right? It's always good to go home. So I might just jump in the truck, grab a big cup of coffee, and see if I can make it. And I'm going to teach some classes up there. But also, Joe Melling, he's going to teach some classes here shortly, and we'll talk about that as well. Let's see. 2 points I want to make. If you ever want me to do a shout out to anybody for anniversary or birthday or whatever, just email that to us. That's supplyinfo@weaverleather.com. That way I can make sure I see it because I miss so many of the comments coming through. Oh, let's see. Deb Merritt. Hello, right back. Deb, great to have you with us. Craig Bell, nice. Glenn Royal, y'all, thanks for showing up. Thanks for joining us today. I hope it's worth it. I'm going to do my best to make it worth it, but actually, y'all are the ones that make this thing. Like I always say, I'm just driving the bus. Y'all party in the back. I'll keep it on I might keep it on leather. I might not. Who knows? Food's going to pop up. Anyway, all right. So y'all make the calls on this. I'll drive the bus. And let's see. Night for today. Nice. De La Pelle. Vegas. Oh, man. I'd love to see Vegas. Never been. Gotta go. It's on my bucket list. Gotta go. But nonetheless, Dale, glad you're with us. Y'all, everybody. If I don't see your name, please excuse me. A lot of folks here. Thank you for that. I didn't look, or I might have looked, but didn't remember. On the last shot here, it gives us stats. Chat rate, average comments per minute. It can be between 14. And I think the highest I've seen it is 19. That's like 1,100 comments. Thank you. Everybody jump in and say hello. But where I'm going with that is I'm sorry if I don't mention your name. I sure would like to. But we get a lot of these. Doesn't matter, y'all. Thanks for making this what it is. Oh, look how far behind I am. Let's see. Ernie Murphy. Nice. Ernie. Let's see, I made a jumbo size. Nice. 18 by 20 by 8. Grocery tote bag for my wife. That thought has bounced in and out of my mind because we use the totes. Yeah. We shop at one place that gives you bags and one place that doesn't. Right? So my wife's got a big bag of bags. And I've always thought about that, Ernie, but great one. It works great. Hold on, let me back up. Works great for getting the small items at Sam's Club. Now I've got 2 smaller ones on the bench for her. Good project. Talk about a useful project. Absolutely. Those are going to last forever. Those are absolutely going to last forever. I hope they do, and I hope they look good. Ernie, thanks for bringing that up. Jimmy Brassfield. Jimmy, glad to see your name pop up. A lot of times I'll come in mid conversation. I'm not going to throw a wrench into that because that's one of my superhuman strengths. So y'all just chat back and forth. Questions, good answers, good comments. Y'all, thank you for that. And anybody that helps out, bless your heart. Bless your heart. If you're new, you got any question. We always hear that the only stupid question is the one that's been unasked. Is unasked asked even a word? We're making up words today. Anyway, all right. So giveaway today. So what you're going to do, the winner, is you're going to email us at supplyinfo@weaverleather.com. We're going to need your name, shipping address, and a phone number. Most likely would not hurt. So again, like I said, I wanted to pick something today that we could all use. So how about the heavy duty revolving punch? I talk about this in just about every video because it is simply, in my opinion, the best tool for the cost. Relatively affordable, but that's drop forge. That is not a cheap craft store. I was going to say something else, but a cheap craft store, poor quality. Let's do that. That's a little more professional, a little more family friendly, right? But we've got replaceable tubes on this. But listen to that snap. That is a solid piece of equipment. Love these. Now, one thing, and I remember this because on the cheap craft store revolving punches, a couple of things are going to happen on these. Well, first off, it's got this cheap little flange, and that is slowly going to work out to where the revolving head kind of, yeah, wiggles a little bit. This little piece that holds that, what that actually does is we can adjust that so that when our tube comes down on our anvil, it's absolutely flat. If it's not, what's going to happen is when we punch something, it's not going to punch all the way through. That is a headache. And in fact, that's one of the reasons I like to punch, to turn and punch. One of the many reasons, turn and punch when I do, is just because I've worked with some real bad revolving punches in the beginning, right? Anyway, so replaceable tubes. Great thing about that is I don't typically use all 6 sizes. I'll use like the 1/8 of an inch, and maybe I think we go up to, I don't think it goes up as high as a 3/16. I'd have to look. The point is, I tend to use maybe the second and the largest, and maybe one of the middles for lace. Well, those are the ones that are going to wear out the fastest. Well, with the replaceable tubes, we can replace these tubes with the tubes that we use and like. So I might have 2 of the same size, therefore, going to last a lot longer. We save on shipping by getting a couple at the same time. Anyway, all right. So the giveaway word is punch, Punch. So if you want to win one of these babies, put in punch. Miriam is going to help us out with that. So, all right, that's rolling at 3:45. We'll announce a winner. And also from last time, Billy Blaze, he won a hardware box. And we need to try to do this again because it took me a little time. Billy, sorry, and I don't think it's a problem. Billy didn't seem to think so. But it took me like to the next Tuesday to actually ship that out. Not because I kind of didn't get around to it, but I set the box aside, and every time I'd see something where I got a bunch of them, I'd put some in there. Thing weighed 5 pounds. I think it was that much under 5 pounds. But anyway, we need to do that again because that was a big help to me. And somebody out there can get a big box of fun stuff to make projects with, save money. Best part, it's already in our shop. Yeah. So, all right. So we've got that running. Oh, Doppelganger Fight Club. Great movie. Great movie. But anyway, glad you're with us. Absolutely. Um, and hello from Texas. I grew up in East Texas. Love Texas. Just love. If I talk to 10 people that have lived in Texas, I swear 10 out of 10, the one thing they say that they like the most about the state, the people. I have heard that time and time again. I have to agree. I love Texas people. What a great state, though. Amarillo, you can see Amarillo 2 hours before you actually get there. It's that flat. Oh, and San Antonio, the hill country, Big Bend, the desert, East Texas, the piney woods, all around Dallas, Fort Worth, up above is absolutely beautiful. I love Texas. I absolutely do. Uh, let's see. Okay. Philip Martin, glad you're with us. Let's see. Sounds better than my Harbor Freight Punch. Oh, world of difference, which practically never gets all the way through. That's it. All right. Well, see if this does help. Try to adjust this little set bar right there because that'll help get that tube to sit down evenly on that anvil. See if that helps. But again, yeah, those are not the greatest quality. We're crafters. We need a good revolving punch. The revolving punch is like a campfire to a campsite, right? We use it on every project. So having a good quality revolving or rotary, yeah, big help to us. Ralph Morrow, Bam, pow. That's right. Oh, man, JR time. Oh, I cannot I let's see. Okay, I cannot agree to that. I spent almost all my time in Texas on a base. That may be the problem. That may be the problem there, JR time. Dean is with us. Dean, good to see your name. Jim Jenkins. Let's see, John Fischhofer. Oh, yeah, John. Supply info at weaverleather.com. Now, that's if you win, but really all you're doing here to enter is just put in the word punch. That's all you need. Uh, Billy Blaze. It's a great question. I don't know if I can answer this. In fact, you're always welcome to ask me a question when I can be of no help whatsoever. So anyway, you can sharpen, let's see. All right. You can sharpen your punch tubes with a little patience and skill. Billy, that's exactly right. I've never really tried because they're kind of inexpensive. I just got a box of them. I've collected over the years. I got some Osborne. Anyway, um, I've never tried, but that's actually a good point. Maybe a rat tail file will help. Um, and then maybe a little sandpaper on the bevel cut. Maybe. I don't know. Worth experimenting with. But it's a good point, Billy, too. Also, because when we're trying to punch holes and say we got a lot of them, I don't want to set my project down and wait, to get some new tubes in. So, Billy, good call on that one. Uh, oh, let's see, Todd Kamuff. Todd, please forgive me if I'm not pronouncing your name correctly. That to me is, yeah, it's about as insulting as anyone can get. But Todd, glad you're with us. That's all that matters. Um, was at the Weaver headquarters. Um, oh, so many beautiful leathers. The great we've got a retail store right at the mothership. The best thing about that, walking through there, feeling and touching that leather. I think the best thing about a retail store, well, there's like six things for us. Again, like I mentioned earlier, we're kind of lone wolves. We kind of stick in our shop um, to get around other leather people. We get to speak the language that we speak with people that know what we're talking about, right? But also, we're going to touch leathers that we may never have thought about using, right? I've got one here we're going to look at. That's our product of the week. Oh, English bridle. Not the cologne, the real English bridle. Now, it's a relatively expensive leather. Well, we've got a double shoulder that isn't. That way, the rest of us can use the English bridle. All right, so let's see. Oh, good. Bruce has joined us. He's up now. Our little prince is up and wishes to go outside. What you doing, buddy? This will be a problem. Yeah. So anyway, he's persistent. I've often wondered if he might not do very well in sales. Um, let's see, Carrie. Chuck was asking what was on my workbench. Let's see. I've just set back up my second monitor. Oh, and now I have desktop with two monitors and the laptop. Okay, well, that's nice. Yeah, whatever works for us. Gary, thank you. Uh, Rich C. You're exactly right. Biggest point going. As someone new to leather, it's handy to go to a store. Now, I'm not sure what alarm that is because I know we are not at that point yet. God, I hope not. Nope, don't know what that was. So anyway, let me get back over to Miriam. There we are, so I can see our winner pop up. Um, yeah, Rich, you're exactly right. Uh, uh, to learn all the different. If you're new to leather, you can walk through a leather store in about 10 minutes. You've got a good feel for weights. That to me, I think is one of the most confusing things to folks that are new to leathercraft is the weights. It's not. It's not. Once you start to get a little bit of a feel for it, the weights are a breeze. This will help. For me, there are two weights I always keep in my shop. Now we're talking veg tan. Let's talk veg tan. I keep a 4 to 5 ounce and an 8 to 9 ounce. 8 to 9 ounce, standard belt weight, but we can make just about anything. Rifle scabbards, show those things that go on a horse on a saddle that you put stuff in. Yeah, saddlebags. My brain is going fast. Oh, anyway, so an 8 to 9 ounce, you can make just about anything with that. And then a 4 to 5 ounce, a lighter weight. So perfect pouch weight. And you can make all kinds of things out of that. The combination of the two, unlimited possibilities. Here's the point though. We get a feel for a 4 to 5 ounce, about a 16th of an inch, and then an 8 to 9 ounce, about an eighth of an inch. Well, from that point, once you kind of start working into the leather, well, now you'll get a feel like, well, I did that project, but it was a little light. The leather was a little light. So maybe we bump up to a 5 to 6. At that point, we can start to fine tune the weights of leather that we like to work with. That's all it is. That will come, and it'll actually come pretty quickly. But Rich, you're right. In a leather store, you can get that in about 5 minutes, and you can touch and feel all these great leathers, and you can just see this beautiful leather, and just ideas just start popping into your mind. That's why a leather store can be a little expensive. I will agree on that point. But nonetheless, it is fun to touch and feel and see. And leather stores always smell like leather, right? That's when I ran the leather store in Atlanta. I I don't know how many, a lot, right? Would come and say, "Oh, it smells like leather in here." Yeah. Well, after you work with it for a little bit, it doesn't, right? We forget to, it doesn't. Yeah, we kind of get used to it. Excuse me. There we go. Excuse me, starting talking to, and I shot video all morning, so my voice is already on the downhill side. Anyway, um, David McGee, appreciate learning from you. Punch. There you go. David, first off, thank you for the comment. That's a two for there. A compliment and get to enter for the giveaway. Yeah, nicely done. Well played. So let's see. Oh, oh man, TJ Dennis. In 10 minutes, I've spent my allotment of saved money for shopping at the store. Been there, done that. Yeah. We should get a t-shirt or something, right? At least a freaking hat, right? We blew our budget. Anyway, all right. So, uh, oh, Bob Z. Do you work with Kangaroo? The Roo? Oh man, it's expensive. It is expensive. I love it. We just did the biker wallet. That's lined with Kangaroo. Love it. The Hawkers, the Falconers all love the Kangaroo because it's a very thin leather. 2 to 3, maybe. I don't actually know, but it's somewhere around 2 to 3 ounce. Exceptionally strong. Ab Abnormally strong leather for that thickness. So the Jesses and the Hoods, the Falconers, they love that. Um, I love the Kangaroo. The brand we used, and I wish I'd done this in the video. I left it without a top coat on it, just because it's got a good look to it on the inside with the reptile. Boy, does it take a leather balm. It just pops with the leather balm. So we need, I'm kind of hesitant to use it in too many videos simply because it is very expensive for us leather crafters. Oh, but it is beautiful. Oh, but the best lace ever made, ever, Kangaroo. That's the best lace I have ever used. Best lace. I think there's a T on the end of best. Well, maybe, maybe not. Anyway, yeah, love the Roo. Absolutely. And if I could afford it, I would use it more often. But it is absolutely beautiful. But if you're going to lace something like a Mexican basket weave or edge lacing, go with the Kangaroo. You cannot go wrong. All right. Oh, whips. That is something that I've never picked up. I've got a whip. I mean, it's like a 16 strand made. It's got BBs about 2 feet from the handle to give it good weight. Oh, man. Wow. Anyway, I think the whip makers prefer the Kangaroo. So, oh man, K Merceman, with you on that one. With you on that one. We'll just see how that progresses because I've always been pushing for down here. Now, the Pacific Northwest, yeah, we need to at least hit the four corners, right? Atlanta being one, at least that's my vote. I want one here. Oh, JR time. Um, I'm partial to deer lace. Oh, I wish I had some at hand because our deer lace is the prettiest I've ever seen. We've got some gorgeous colors. Oh, the turquoise and purple and blue, red, gold, white, eggshell, black. Oh, I love the deer lace for lacing. It is deer time. You're exactly right. I love the deer lace. Maybe we need to give some of that away. Maybe a couple of spools of the deer lace. I really should put more time into these giveaways. I have gotten really bad about planning ahead. I wouldn't say I've gotten. It's always been a problem. Not one of my superhuman strengths by any means. Um, I'm going to jot that down. More thought into giveaways. I kind of saved this Wednesday. As the week progresses, I'll make notes. We don't have my last week's, but it's got notes all over it because for 2 weeks, I'll just, as I walk through the shop, I'll think, ooh, wait a minute, that's a good giveaway, or ooh, that's a good trick or tip, and I'll just jot it down. I'll work that into next week's live. I forgot where I was going with that. Oh, well, my wife says that don't do that. My wife says don't do that. She also says I really only have two faults. One is that I don't listen. I can't remember what the other one is. Anyway, all right, let's move on. So, here's another great saying. One I try to live my life by. If you don't have something good to say about someone, sit next to me. Yeah. All right. So let's see. Brian Moreland. Oh, I recently discovered chrome leathers. Yeah, they're beautiful, aren't they? I know. A lot of us leather crafters, we tend to work in the veg tan. 80, 90% of us, we tend to work in the veg. Um, because that's our tooling and our stamping and wet forming and dye and all of that. I hate to write off the crumbs like that. I typically call crumbs cut and sew, not an industry term by any means, but it's already dyed, it's already top coated. We can't really tool, stamp, wet form, any of that. Oh, but that by no means diminishes what the chromes can do. And in fact, I think it's like 94% of all the leather tanned is chrome tan. Veg tan is a very small percentage of the hides that are tan. Um, but us leather crafters, we kind of levitate towards the veg simply because we can do so much with it. Now, here's a great point. For folks that are new, this is a good way to think about it. The tannery has said, with a veg tan, the tannery has said, okay, we're just going to dye this leather up to this point. From there, it's up to you. Okay. We'll take that challenge because now we can add our own dye. We can paint, tool, stamp, wet form, antique. Oh, there's so many things. And what crossed my mind is light fading. We actually did a video on using light fading on our projects. And that's been on my mind lately because I want to light fade a panel. And this, I haven't really gotten very far on that, but maybe take just cutouts of stars. Poster board is fine. Take the panel that we're going to use for the project and maybe lay the stars on that panel, put it out in direct sun for a couple of hours, let that leather get some good light fading on it, then come back in, maybe just with a simple top coat, or maybe a very light color dye, or maybe even just a stain or an antique, so that that light fading stands out. I really want to try that because one of the big points is that light fading, we consider light fading a problem. All right. Well, it really isn't. It really isn't. Now, say we've got a side and like this much of it was sticking out from under our work table and it's gotten light faded. We can dye that just like we dye everything else. Now, what I would say is let's try to cut a project just out of what is light faded. So if we use a lighter color dye, there's not going to be any difference. But if we go with a dark brown or a black, no issue whatsoever. Light fading actually isn't an issue. So, but I want to take that because it's a negative and let's turn that into a positive. Let's see if we can actually use some light fading on a project. We did a video on it, but I didn't go into great detail on that. We didn't actually do a project. It was more a leather element. So want to maybe try that sometime. I am just yapping for no reason and no point. Man, let's see if we can get back over here. 300,000 subscribers. We are in the plus on that one on YouTube, y'all. Thank you for that. So let's see. Okay, I've got one here. I've actually crossed it out because I keep trying to get to it, but it's a longer one. It's a long one, and we need to talk about it. Let's boil it down. All right, line 24s. How many times have we decided we need just a little more post on that line 24? Say we're going with a 9 to 10 ounce or even an 8 to 9 ounce. It's a little bit more 9 than 8. We got to use a line 24, but we're just not getting enough of that post through the leather to curl back down into the socket, right? How about longer post line 24s? We actually have the we actually have those. Um, it's called a long barrel, 28/64. That's getting up towards a half inch. Yeah, 28/64. Really? Anyway, that's getting up towards a half an inch. We do have long barrel line 24s. Okay, so we just wrote all of that off like 2 pages here. Um, okay, we can come back to that. Sometimes I don't mark out what we talked about and we go to the next week and I include it in the next week. We've met. It's so nice. We want to talk about it twice. That, right? There we go. Um, okay, let's jump back over here because this is where I should be and not blah, blah, blah. Right? Okay. So let's see. Oh, Billy Blaze, yeah. Congrats on 300,000. That's fantastic. Yeah, we're gonna do something for that. We're gonna do something where marketing is mulling some possibilities to celebrate that milestone. Um, and I'm just hoping that a giveaway is involved, right? Yeah, that would make it worthwhile. Uh, oh, Rick, let's see. Yes, please. Had that exact issue with the snap this week. Your barrel's too short. Yep, it happens a lot. Say we want to go through an 8 to 9, but maybe another 4 to 5 on top of that. We've lined something, maybe even a 2 to 3 ounce. That barrel just isn't going to make it. Now, there is one thing I've done in the past. It's not a perfect answer, but it's always seemed to work for me. So, say we need to add a line 24 snap, but our leather's just too thick, particularly veg tan. So, what I'll do is I'll over punch my hole. I'll punch a larger hole than I need. Then, with my ball peen hammer, with the ball, I'm going to hammer down around that hole. Something else that I actually work. If we have like a rivet setter, flip it upside down, and I'm going to hammer down around that hole about the size of the snap. What that's going to do is it's going to draw that hole. It's going to make that hole a little bit smaller. So we over punch. Now we're coming back to the size, but we're not actually removing any leather. We're just compressing that leather. And most of the time, that's gotten me just enough post to where I can set those things. Yeah, stud and socket. That's it. See, it's things are slowing down up here. Oh well. Okay. So anyway, try that. That might help. But a long barrel definitely gonna help. So all right, let's see. Oh, I'm missing so many. Oh, let's see, JR time. Let's see. Let me back up. Let's see. Okay, Gary Evans. Is 4 ounce veg sand good for wallets? Yes. Yeah. The only thing we got to be careful of, almost okay. So with a wallet, it's best if we go maybe for our card slots. It's best if we go to like maybe a 1 to 2 ounce, maybe a 2 ounce, somewhere in there. That's why that roux works so well. Um, because stacking is such a problem. Like if we could always do like a panel and just cut card slots in it. Crappy way to go. Because when we put a card slot or card in the top, it can go all the way to the bottom. We'll never get it out. That's the way cheap wallets are made. But to do it right, we've got to drop in pockets and we need to sew the bottom of that pocket. Again, check out our the biker wallet video. We do that, and I think we get in 5 cards there. The problem is as we put in more overlays, we've got a liner probably and an exterior leather. I don't want a wallet that's 3/8 of an inch thick. That's just too thick. Um, Particularly like say with a biker or maybe bifold or trifold. When we start to bend that, well, now we've got 2 3/8 of an inch edges on there. That's 3/4 of an inch. That is not going to be comfortable in our pocket, and it's going to tear up our back, right? In fact, I've gotten to where when I drive long distances, I'll take my wallet out because we kind of sit like that. It's going to screw up our spine and our pelvis. So I might say like a 4 ounce for exterior, 2 to 3 ounce for liner and pockets. That might be the best way to go. Now, something I want to try, we've got pig liner. This is like a 1 ounce leather. It might be a 0.5 to 1.5 ounce leather. It is paper thin. But what we can do, I've seen some wallet makers do this, um, mainly production wallets. Yeah, probably from overseas, but they'll take that really thin leather, put in maybe a piece of fabric behind that, or maybe our canvas, just to give it some body. Then let's take that top, circle it around, and then put a stitch line across the throat. That's actually a pretty good way to go, and we're not stacking so much because a card wallet. I'd like to be able to put in more cards than just um like 4 cards and whatever. Not see, I'm starting because the biker wallet, we did that sideways. Yeah, we did that sideways. I'm trying to remember all this. But if we look back, I think it's at the long wallet. The long wallet video, I think we're stacking there. I've done so many of these, I can't really remember all the specifics. Bruce, stop eating the house. Um, I can't remember specifics, but I think, yeah, look up long wallet and biker wallet. See if those help you though. But yeah, 4 will do. 4 ounce will do if we just don't put in too many. Um, like say with a bifold, maybe 2 slots on either side, and then a liner so we've got a cash pocket in there. I just went on a rant on that one, and sorry about that. But I hope it is good information though. Okay, Rockfall helping out. Very nice. Oh, which reminds me, we've got a cool video coming up. Bruce, we'll go out in a minute. Anyway, this is a cool technique. It really is. I still haven't come up with all the great ways we can use this, but I won't say anything about it. That's going to come up. It might be 3 weeks out now. I'm starting to get ahead. I'm starting to finally get ahead, but now I'm ahead. I'm going to go into a gun belt. Yeah, we're going to do one of our patterns, make a gun belt, full rig. Can't wait for that. Made one over the weekend just to get back up to speed. I've made a few, but if we're going to do a video, man, it needs to be perfect. My measurements and everything needs to be spot on. And I think we're there. I think we're there. So anyway, the point is now it's going to be a 2-parter. We're going to do the gun belt and then the holster separate, simply because it just would be too long. And I even asked Miriam yesterday, should I just go straight as the pattern, straight from the pattern, or should I blow it up? Oh, crap. Here we go again. It's another 40-minute video. So blow it up. That's my vote. Blow it out. Yeah, absolutely. So anyway, I'm waiting on the pattern. Should be here today. Gonna jump onto that, but let's make a pretty gun belt because that is a score with us leather crafters. They're beautiful. All right. So anyway, all right. So Rockfall, thanks for helping out. Absolutely. And anybody that answers a question, thanks for helping out here. Oh, Billy Blaze. Yeah, I like chrome tans for liners and purses and pouches and strap backing. That's exactly right. We've got so many pretty chromes. Oh, I just can't use them enough. Purse and bag is just not my line. Yeah, I can make purse and bag, absolutely. It's just not my direction, and I need to start working in that. Not for any other reason than the fact that we've got so many beautiful chromes now. I've just got to make something with these, right? Anyway. Oh, the cypress. The cypress, the fire veg. Oh, anyway. Okay. So let's see. I'm so far behind over here. Y'all, sorry about that. I know I keep seeing Rockfall, TY's back to Rockfall. I want to find out what the original question was, but I'm not going to do that. It'd take me 20 minutes. Shane Cessna, Chuck, don't forget the armor series. Yeah, man. Shane, stay on me, baby. We'll get that together. Oh, Dean, do it live with the gun fit Chuck. Yeah, we've done a live class. 3:45 already? Crap, we hadn't even started getting rolling yet. Okay, so I'm going to jump over. Miriam is going to pick a winner for this. Our winner is going to email your name, address, your mailing address, shipping address, and your phone number to supplyinfo@weaverleather.com. So let's see today. Ready for this? We need a drum roll. I need some apps, right? I need some audio apps for my phone. David Buswell. David, congratulations on a very nice revolving punch. Score! Free punch coming your way. Free quality punch coming your way. Let's put it that way. So, David, congratulations. And I'm sure that'll be out within probably the next day or two. Should see it within 4 or 5 days. Congratulations, David. Good job on that one. And we'll keep these coming. So, next time is a no giveaway weekend. Yeah, that's what the boss says. I say differently. Yeah. Shh. Anyway, so next time we'll do something. We'll do some hardware. We'll do something from my shop. And I promise you, I will start today putting some thought into it. So we don't get to like next Wednesday morning and go, oh, crap. Let's do that. Yeah, right. That's kind of my MO. Bruce, stop eating the house. Cats are far more destructive than dogs. We're not cat people. We didn't set out to get cats, and we have 2 of them. Man, they just anyway. All right, so we've got that taken care of. As we're quickly running out of time, what we need to do, let's jump over to this because this is a funny point. I've always wanted to do this, but I never have sat down to do it, right? What I'm talking about is a list of the decorative possibilities for our projects. Okay. So that thing we talked about earlier that we put the thing in and it holds the thing on one of the things with the thing. We saw it with the rifle scabbard. Anyway. All right. So with a rifle scabbard, we got a big empty canvas there. Okay. So how about we write down what we can do to that to decorate it, just so we have a physical list and I'm not just going on whatever, right? Okay, so here's a list. I actually wrote this down. So we get an idea for a project, all right? How are we going to decorate? Because that to me is the best part. That's the most fun part of the whole process. How are we going to decorate this? Okay, so here's a list of the possibilities. Okay, so let's start right at the top with tooling. And I'm going to say tooling 1, 2, and 3. Because with this, maybe we just do a little corner, tool a little corner design, maybe a big cross. Maybe we just tool the whole project. Okay, so I'm basically breaking that down into tooling 1, 2, and 3. Paint, all right. How about braids? Oh, I love the Spanish basket weave. We use that. Spots, yeah, I don't love those, which may be obvious. We can wet form a design. We can do all kinds of cool stuff with wet forming and not just little pockets. How about some kind of a lacing design? Not just a braid, but we design with the lace. Sewn design. We sew a design into this. How about pyrography? Yeah. Well, now dye, antique, paint, or maybe a combination of. How about our hardware? Well, we're going to go with buckles, D's, O's, squares, rivets, blah, blah. But how about conchos? Can we work on some really pretty conchos? And then how about, okay, this one's going to blow your mind. How about a combination of all of these? Yeah. Oh, but how much fun is that, right? How much fun is it to decorate or to design a project? So now we got a cool little list that we can go, I'm going to wet form a design, right? Yeah, like pin the tail on the donkey. Anyway, I've always wanted to do that, but I've never done that. All right, let's jump over here. All videos and in other news. Okay, so we've got a couple of videos coming out. Now, I haven't seen Robin's name pop up, and I hope Robin's with us this week because she asked last time if we could do a video, and there we go. How about a thread rack or a lace rack? Super easy to make. We're not woodworkers. Don't have to be. So got that video coming up, and one that is just so cool. I love this. This will make a great hat band. But there's so many places we can do this, and it looks so good. I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to say what it is. I almost did. Anyway, so we've got that coming out. Also, we had another request for a video on the leather firmer. I've got a great comparison. And actually, I'm quite surprised. I will spoiler alert, Sean Bean dies. Anyway, spoiler alert, I'm going to change the way I do things. Simply after that video, I am amazed with our leather firmer. I really am. It had none of the problems that I thought it would. And I wouldn't say I would like problems like maybe if we add our leather firmer and then dye it, is that going to be an issue? Yeah, no, it's not. Anyway, got a video on that coming up. Got some for our costume folks because spring's in the air. Rent fairs are starting to come up. Let's just use this as a mental note. Let's have an alarm clock go off right now because we got fairs coming up. Time to get that costume out, fix the repairs we needed from last year, change it up, dust it, maybe, right? See if it still fits right after a year of good meals. So anyway, fair's coming up. Time to get that costume out and start dusting and fixing. Let's see. Okay, notes from the boss. Let's get this in here. I would like to keep my job. I've got a good job. I want to keep that. So let's get notes from the boss in here. All right, our retail store will be open next Saturday. That's March 23rd from 8 to 4. It's rarely open. I don't get that, but it's rarely open. But it is next Saturday. All right, so here's one. Mark your calendars to come celebrate our 1-year anniversary for the retail store, May 2nd through the 4th. I'm going to be there. I'm going to come up. I think I'll be up the Sunday before that. Then what meetings and whatnot, housekeeping duties at the mothership, blah, blah. But then I think I'm going to be teaching a class Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. We might have set up I can't remember. No, I don't think we have. I think I might remember that. Now I'm teaching classes in Sheridan and we're doing hand sewing. I love hand sewing. That actually is a 3-hour class and it is just constant do and talk. There's so much. Anyway, when we get that figured out, I'll let you know on that one. But anyway, I'll be up there. So y'all come out. I'd love to be able to say hello to everybody in person. Yeah, that would be very cool. And maybe it's going to be a whirlwind of a week with going to lunches with people, going to dinners with people. Maybe let's squeeze out an evening that we can go together, us. Let's us go out and eat a good meal and visit and laugh and have a great time. I'm going to keep my fingers crossed on that one. Okay, here's another one. We've got a sale on kits, patterns, books, and templates going on right now. Templates alone, can't do it without those. I just use those on everything. Stop. Bruce, stop knocking stuff off my desk. That's 10% off with the code SPRING10, SPRING 10. Sorry, keep bitching at Bruce. He's just anyway. Okay. I'm waiting for him to come over here, but he's not. He's making a home right on my desk. Yeah, right. He loves to walk across the keyboard. And then I sent an email to Miriam that says, okay. Let's see. All right. So spring 10, that's 10% off on kits, books, templates. Also, one more point from the boss. Our customer favorite, the Sao Paulo shoulders, are on flash sale this week. 15% off with code flash sale. Boy, that is the time. Sales are the time to buy leather and tools. That's 15%. That's a good chunk, and that's a beautiful leather. I didn't plan far enough ahead to actually get a piece out here. Got some. Should have done that. Nope. Oh, and this is one I noticed. Does anyone okay, you'll think about this from here on out, and I probably shouldn't bring it up because now you'll go, when you're sitting at your marble, trying to come up with a good stamp design, like a border design or a standalone, and just nothing's working. You walk away, you come back, and it looks like my tool rack just threw up on my work surface. Tools everywhere, right? Crap. Now I got to put all those tools back. I've organized my tool rack. So I've got veiners and camo, geometric, cedars. That lasted about a month. It's a great idea. It's a great plan to organize our tool rack. And I should follow that. I should do that. Anyway, okay, let's see. Oh, craft fails. Okay. I got a little mirror in my shop. I broke it last week. I dropped it and I broke it. That is 7 years bad luck. But I got a lawyer, thinks he can get me 4. Yeah. All right. So craft fail. Oh, and I can't believe I did this. I can't. All right. So I'm working on a holster. Got a gun belt coming up, gun belt video coming up. So I made a gun belt just to come up to speed, make sure all my measurements and everything's right. Boy, it came out really nice. Anyway, so I made an extra holster just on account of, just stamped it, right? Camo. Um, so I'm grooving it. I'm being careful because I've done a lot of stamping on this, right? We know that feeling. Got to be careful. It's taken me an hour to stamp this. Got a nice crosshatch with a camo, nice border stamp around. Looks beautiful. Crap. Let me just grab it let me just grab it. Okay, sorry to step out of the frame, but maybe this is worth it. So let's see. I made 2. Now I can't figure out. Oh yeah, there it is. Okay, so got a holster blank here. Let's see. There we go. We're gonna do that. All right, it's gonna look really pretty. Gonna love it, right? So with my groover, right? I always say let's make sure we tighten the chuck on that groover so it doesn't fade. Guess who didn't tighten the chuck on the groover? And let's see, right here, perfectly centered. Absolutely love it. La la la, grooving around, not paying attention. One of my superhuman strength. Get down there, totally off center. That little bar, that little cutting head, just faded out the whole time. Didn't realize it. I didn't. Yeah, I didn't groove the rest of that simply because I just set it aside and walk away. But anyway, so there's the pretty one. Yeah, glad I made a second one. Yeah, okay. So anyway, tighten the chuck on your groover. Really, it's like I always say, use me as a bad example. Use me as an example of what not to do in your shop. And let's see. Okay. Last up, we're running out of time fast. I just can't believe how fast these go. Y'all, thank you for making these what they are. Okay. Last up, our product of the week, English bridle leather. We got to do this because I've got some. Mothership sent me a couple of pieces here, and I got some out to start working on some projects. Try to use it, get familiar with it because I've always heard about English bridle, right? Yeah. So I've used a little bit of it, but I've got this roll that's just been sitting on this side of my table. I swear, every time I walk by my table, I look at that and think that is one of the prettiest leathers I have ever seen. These are single shoulders. And I think I should have checked, right? Since I work here, I think we got 5 colors. I should have checked on that too. I think that's the chocolate brown, but it may just be the dark brown. I'll have to look. Wow, Chuck, good information. I'm so glad you're all over this. Anyway, English bridle. We've got that in a couple of gorgeous colors. There's the lighter brown. The point is, every time I walk by this piece of leather, I think, wow, that's the prettiest leather I've ever seen. So here's the point. English bridle, this can be ridiculous expensive leather. If you buy a side, we've got these in double shoulders. Very affordable for us crafters. Pick up one of our English bridle. It is a beautiful leather. Love working with it. We're going to use this. I've been working on it. Been cutting some pieces out, trying to come up with just the right project for a video. We're going to use the English bridle in a video here pretty soon. Maybe we can do another rifle scabbard because that's another point. A lot of our videos, let's get the feel of it. Now, typically we'll say that let's get the feel for the project, then let's come back and decorate. I got a bunch of those that have been building up. And what I want to do is go back over these videos where we've said that, where we get a feel for it. And then let's take that. We know what we're doing already. Now let's take it and just nail it on the decoration, right? That's okay. We got to do that. So that's what I'm working on. Maybe revisit some of these projects and really blow them up. Yeah. So, okay, let's see. 359 for the most part. Oh, one thing too. I stabbed myself 3 times with our heavy duty awl. Love the CS Osborne awl. We use it in most of the videos. Let me tell you, that will puncture not once, not twice, 3 times. I drew blood with that thing on one project. fit to be tied, and running out of band-aids. Oh, anyway, all right, y'all. So we're gonna wrap it up here. 3:59. Oh, Shane. Yes. All right, here's an idea that's different. How about making a professional wrestling championship belt? I used to know somebody that made those with the big metal plates. They'd have the plates made, and wow, I mean, they're, but Shane, I may not go that route. We could tool some leather and do an overlay on the belt. Okay. Okay. Let me put that aside because I'll fade out and start talking about, right. Anyway, a weight belt. We need a weight belt. I saw one the other day. Shane, good one. Thank you for sparking that memory. We need a good weight belt. Well, really, probably the majority of the reason I haven't made one of those is because we got to do a 2-ply and we got to sew. So, on our gun belt coming up, we're going to use the Cub. I cannot believe how easy it is to sew thick leather with the Cub. Unbelievable. We're going to do a project with the Cub and maybe the weight belt. Maybe that's a good project, or maybe a rifle scabbard. I know I've got that on my mind because I've been working on it. So anyway, oh, God, Vanessa Kitty. Yeah. Oh, Rick, hard to find hardware for about that big. Now we got it. We've got the single and double prong 2.5 inch. We got buckles. We got big buckles for that. Yeah, we'll take care of you on that one. Yeah, all right. So let's wrap it up after 4. I feel like I'm starting to work into your time, and I'm just a little uncomfortable with that. But y'all, I certainly hope that it was worth your time. I certainly do. I'll do my best to make the one in 2 weeks the same. We won't have an official giveaway. I'm gonna come up with something. I will come up with something from my shop as a giveaway, and I'll do my best to start putting some thought into it now and not 2 weeks from today, 3 hours ago. Right. So, anyway, excuse me before we sign off here. There we go. Yeah, the voice is starting to go downhill. But anyway, y'all, it is absolutely my pleasure to spend this time with you. Thank you for every bit of this, for making what this is. God bless each and every one of you. I hope you have a great evening, great second half of the week, hump day, and a weekend is coming up. I'm going to be in my shop this weekend making something pretty, and I hope you are too. Enjoy every minute of the best craft ever. I'm not biased. That's simply a fact, and the best people ever. All right. So, y'all, okay, good luck with your projects. I got to get that in there because I keep forgetting that. But we'll see you again in 2 weeks. I'm going to look forward to it. I'll do my best to have some fun stuff to look at and talk about. Y'all, thanks again for every bit of this. I just love y'all, and I love spending this time with y'all. So, all right, we'll see you in 2 weeks. So bye, y'all.